What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It's time for a review of the 8th studio album by rock band Relient K. Pop rock, Christian rock, rock alternative. There's a lot of different genres I suppose that could apply to them. They've changed their style somewhat over the years, and their last outing, Collapsible Lung, was disappointing, to be quite kind to it. Air for Free is the title of the new album that was announced last fall. I was really getting excited for it, especially after hearing the lead single Bummin, which is the perfect summer jam. It's got a good theme to it, a good message. A lot of people will be turned off by Relient K and kind of their companion band. I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. A lot of people seem to like come over from Switchfoot and Switchfoot to Relient K, and they're actually touring together this fall. And they're actually two bands that I really got into as a child just because I was allowed to listen to them, because they did have Christian messages in their songs, and of course I attended a Christian school. Collapsible Lung was kind of a train wreck. I've been a big fan over the years. Remains one of my favorite albums of all time. I caught the 10th anniversary tour of that and saw Dave Douglas, their original drummer, or one of their original drummers, back with the band, and it was so fantastic to see the energy and just feeling those songs live, and it really got me hopeful again for Relient K's future. They released a song called Look On Up, which unfortunately does not appear on this record, but it really did grow on me, especially with time. It's a beautiful song, and I really like what they did here with Air for Free. They took some of those vibes and just captured the essence of nature and going out and being one with that, and maybe even one with God, and that's kind of all throughout here. Now, there are two very different sides to this record. There's the more upbeat, joyful, seem to be in love type songs from Matthew Thiessen, the lead singer of this band. Of course, the band is now just Matt and Matt Hoops and Matt Thiessen, and all the other band members are just either reduced to touring like Dave Douglas or have departed the bands for other reasons like John Sneck, for example. The other side of this record is much more intimate and personal. We see some darker reflections on life and God, and I like seeing those ponderings kind of like seeping out into these tunes because they can transfer seamlessly almost in between these two styles. There's a few times where it doesn't quite work for me, but I love seeing just the pain and just how they get through that pain on tracks like Empty House, which is going to be a very conflicting song for a lot of Relient K fans, I'm sure, because I've already seen comments like, why is there so much auto-tune on Thiessen's voice? Because it adds so much to this song. Empty House is so beautiful. Tracks like that and Flower, which just really see like, you know, you pick someone, you feel like you're gonna spend your life with them, and then that kind of withers away. And I feel like that maybe has something to do with one of Matt Thiessen's relationships, or maybe even Matt Hoops, because he recently went through a divorce. Religion pulls us further into that world, as we see on tracks like God, which is very on the nose. It's a solid tune. I like the message there, but I like the track that comes right near the end, Prodigal, a little bit more, just because it's got more of a message. I like the piano that kind of builds and loops, and I love the use of keys all throughout this. Obviously, at their heart, alternative rock has always been the genre, I feel like, for Relient K, but they've made use of those pianos even since like you could see that was a very prominent feature whenever they were breaking through into the mainstream on tracks like Be My Escape, which still holds strong to this day. And I love how they work it in all throughout this record, all the way from like Local Construction, which is a very clever tune, like talking about how basically we're always trying to build ourselves to be better, comparing it to Local Construction because it's never really finished. You know, you're out there driving, you always see cones. It's just like that in life. You're always trying to improve. Relient K experimented on this record, but they did it in much more of like a subtle and nuanced way that doesn't seem so alienating like on Collapsible Lung. This time around, you see those theatrics I was talking about with the crazy track Elephant Parade, which has two different sides to it. I love how it breaks down and the piano just really starts going. Thiessen gets more of like a whisper in his voice and things get a little bit more quiet, and you transferred that out of that first theatrical half of the song. It's just really weird how it's able to pull it off and actually work and be a cohesive piece. Traces of folk music actually make their way into some of these tracks, and of course the use of electronics. The band's not afraid to shy away from that, like on the title track, which actually really grew on me. I like the steady guitar there. It reminds me a lot of the band Milky Chance and their hit song Stolen Dance. It's a weird vibe that I'm picking up from it, but at the same time I'm like, I see what they were inspired here by, and I like that. There's a lot of positivity radiating from this record, and I like those vibes that I'm picking up from tracks like Marigold. It's just kind of telling a tale of like growing up and just memories that you have connected to this certain type of flower. And then Mountaintop, of course, just a song about being in love. It's a fantastic track, and just seeing, you know, all of this brokenness, all of the mess, but you know, everything comes together for a reason in the long run. And there's a few lines on there that I just think are excellent, and I love the use of Thiessen's voice here. He's got such a unique vocal presence, and I've always said that about Thiessen, but he really really shines throughout this record. His vocal performances are top notch. The final track that I'm gonna highlight is Cat, and it's one that kind of plays off of the whole cats have 9 lives and who's that crazy cat, and he's talking about himself. He sees somebody like maybe not being themselves or not doing something that they typically do, and he's like looking in the mirror and saying, oh wait, that's me. And it's a really playful tune in a way, because I like the pianos. They're very spry all throughout, and it's kind of a playful tune, and the ohs in the background from Hoops, I believe it is, and they sound really, really good here. But the more you listen to that track, the more you realize there's a lot going on here, a lot to connect with. I'm pleasantly surprised with this Relient K record, Air for Free. I found myself coming back to that lead single, Bummin, and I was like, you know what, this could be a good album. Relient K seemed to be onto some sort of vibe here, and it wasn't what I was expecting, but I guess it's what I needed from them at this point in their career. They stepped on some toes with Collapsible Lung, including my own. Wasn't a fan there. Obviously, I've been digging them since like and then of course the albums that followed, like 7 years ago, and especially Forget and Not Slow Down. Such a beautiful and painful record to listen to in a way. But they seem to be back on track with Air for Free. A lot of songs with a lot of different styles, but it all comes together in a pretty cohesive piece. I'm gonna go with a 4 for Air for Free. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the new Relient K album. I'm thinking about doing a top 10 for them. Do you think I should do that? Let me know in the comment section along with your thoughts on this new record, Air for Free. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, because friends don't let friends go unsubscribed. If you'd like to check out another Relient K review that I did, or the last review that I did on this channel, check out those annotations that are floating directly below me, or you can check out my social media links in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon right here on ARTV.